Welcome to the Avon Head race. The organising committee want you to stay safe and ensure you don't lose any time or damage any equipment while racing. We hope you have a successful race and enjoy the experience. This video will take you over the course and point out key landmarks and hazards along the 3.3 kilometres of the long course. After boating at Avon County Rowing Club, you will row upstream to the top bridge. Passing through this bridge, you will be marshalled in crew order, lowest numbers closest to the bridge, and to await the start. Your boat must point upstream. When the race starts, the marshals will instruct you to turn downstream and proceed through the top bridge, taking the bow side or starboard arch. The timing position for the start is approximately 150 metres downstream of the bridge. For the best start, begin building up pressure after about 5 strokes after you've cleared the bridge. The river is wide enough for a crew to overtake, but only just. You must overtake on stroke side or port. The slower crew being overtaken should move towards bow side or starboard to allow the faster crew through. Unless you're in an overtaking situation, the best course is in the middle of the river, where you get the fastest stream and keep clear of the vegetation on the banks. After about 950 metres, you will encounter what we call the bends. These 3 bends are difficult to steer and made more difficult in an overtaking situation. The most difficult bend is the final one as it enters the bottom bridge at the 1.7 kilometre point, about halfway down the course. More about how to navigate this bridge comes later in the video. After turning in the marshalling area, proceed downstream to the bridge under the direction of the marshals. The gap between the crew should be about 20 seconds. Proceed through the bow side or starboard arch to the start. The start is on the stroke side bank opposite the refuelling pontoon. You will be given the signal to go about 2 strokes before the timing position. You are now racing. Aim for the middle of the first bridge. There is a gentle bow side bend. Passing Minerva Rowing Club, there is a tighter stroke side bend that will take you onto a 500 metre straight. Watch out for moored barges and vegetation on the bowside side of this straight. After the straight, you will enter a tight stroke side bend that heralds the start of a series of bends until you finally clear the bottom bridge. Coxless crews should keep looking ahead and listen out for warnings from the race monitors and umpires positioned on these bends. Most accidents happen at the bottom bridge. There is a stroke side or port bend as you approach it. However, the bend tightens up on you as you make the turn due to the bridge support in the middle of the river. The mistake that coxes or steers people make is to aim for the middle of the bridge and make the turn to avoid the bridge support too late. The best arch to take is the stroke side one to give you the best racing line. You can take the bow side one, but it is more difficult to steer around. Many crews will need to row harder on bow side to navigate the bridge, whichever arch is taken. Scullers will have to row harder with their green or bow side blades. Do not be afraid to lighten off on stroke side, or even to stop rowing on stroke side. Remember, it is better and safer to get through the bridge than hit the large concrete bridge support at full pressure. It could also save you considerable damage to your boat or oars. When there is an overtaking situation occurring as crews approach the bottom bridge, the umpire at monitor 6 will instruct the slower crew to take the bow side or starboard arch and the faster overtaking crew to take the stroke side or port arch. Although the stroke side arch is the better racing line, the fact that the crew cannot take the preceding bend as wide as they would like will mean that it's even more of a tight corner going into the bridge. Coxes and steers people will have to ensure they keep cornering to stroke side. That's harder bow side until they can see clear water ahead of the bridge. If 3 crews are approaching the bridge, The last crew, regardless of its relative speed, must reduce speed and follow the other crews through the bridge before attempting to overtake. After successfully navigating the bottom bridge, there is a long sweeping bend towards bowside or starboard. This leads to the final 1,000 metres straight to the finish. The finish is clearly signed at the bottom of the straight. Please don't stop at the finish, but paddle on lightly round the bend and past the Avon County boathouses. You'll be told when to turn and disembark at the pontoons. Those crews returning to Minerva or Bath University Boathouse must wait below the pontoons until all crews have completed racing before heading upstream. Thank you for watching this video. Remember to always put safety first when racing. The organising committee hope you have a good day at the Avon Head.